actually, well, first, I'd like to thank Wilson for inviting me here. So at least I come to Kamuning Bakery, not only to buy pandesal. So at least it's something different. I come here often to buy pandesal. I live in the hills. We're at least this is the last media event that we have at BCDA, and we'd like to make a presentation and to inform our friends from the media about what we have done so far in BCDA and what we will be doing in the next year and in the coming years. So there are a lot of exciting things that have happened, a lot of great accomplishments that we have done in the past and in the year. And of course, there are challenges ahead, but we are very, very confident that we can actually move forward faster and more efficient in BCDA and deliver the project that we have promised to the country. So I'd like to thank Wilson for creating the venue and for all of you for taking time to be with us this morning. So if I'll be making a presentation, and probably some of you are quite familiar with it, but these are updated presentation on BCDA and our role particularly in the modernization program. Okay. It's a development mandate to rehabilitate, construct, and develop the former bases into alternative productive civilian uses. And the second mandate is a national security mandate, which makes us the second biggest source of funds next to the Congress for armed forces modernization. So yun for scientists. And in fact, we are further investing in science and technology by funding a fabrication laboratory. It will serve as a super fabrication laboratory for anyone, any Filipino who's interested in innovation and technology. This is going to be run by the Philippine Science High School, adopting the Massachusetts Institute of Technology template. So we are investing, initially we committed about 25 million pesos to set up that fabrication laboratory in Clark. So even if you're an out-of-school youth and you're interested in fabricating high technology equipment, inventing, for example, the same kind that the salt-powered lamps or that Isa Jimeno have done, we want to create a platform and a venue for these inquisitive and creative and innovative Filipinos. And Clark, we are branding Clark as a brain capital of the Philippines, where innovation, creativity, and technology, we have a partnership with Apple the App and his investment company, the Apple Tree Investment Corporation based in Singapore, to also attract artists, musicians, those who are in the creative industry to locate in Clark, and we will provide them space in Clark Green City. So we want scientists, scholars, musicians, artists to live and work together in this place, just like what happened in you have like Silicon Valley plus Hollywood all together in one place. So you could have studios, then you have fabrication laboratory, you could have theme parks, lahat yan, and then school, UP will be there, School of Engineering, TUP, Research Institute also, you can have that. So it will be a city for very, very creative people, a geek city actually, the city for the geeks.
Follow up. Meron program meron existing project in the OST, yung hybrid electric road train na nasa Clark na raw. Gumagana na ngayon.
Alin din yun?
Hybrid electric road train.
Yeah, oo, yun yung articulated buses. Oo, in fact...
included ba siya dun sa
it will serve, well, currently it will serve the current Freeport because we have 85,000 workers there and they don't have sufficient means of transport around the Freeport zone. Eventually, we may expand that once the development of the roads in Clark City happens. But we will improve that. Actually, we are looking at technology, maybe 5 to 10 years from now, we may have driverless cars already, or personal transport systems. Parang tricycle na walang driver and electric fuel, electric powered. So we will use that as a possible technology when we build the city.
My question is regarding the Clark area because we're part of Central Luzon Media Association, and still now there's a sentiment regarding the indigenous people, the Aita, because part of the area, you resolve the problem that part of the area is part of Banban and Banban, Tarlac, and some is in Mabalacan, because the IT there, the Aita specific, had the sentiment that you are not communicating with them regarding the development of that area. They still work. Because in your presentation, the GKF, with the intervention with the farmer, I'm waiting that you have also the intervention with the indigenous people.
Yes, thank you for the question. If you will notice, the Sacobia area is not included in the Clark Green City Plan. The Sacobia area is a 10,000 hectare property being claimed by the Aitas. So we have excluded that from the development. But we are incorporating the Aita in terms of ecotourism and managing our forest. So we are not going to affect the indigenous community, yes. But having said that also, even if we are not affecting the land that they are claiming, we are also engaging them in the projects that we are doing. In fact, there are regular consultative assemblies and meetings where the leaders of the Aitas are represented. We do that on the ground in Capas whenever I go there. So kasama sila, alam nila yung plano. But the Bamban side, hindi sila apektado gano. Our concern actually in that area is that the Cat T areas are being land grabbed by unscrupulous individuals. If you go there, if you inspect and see the place for yourself, you would see that the people who are farming or putting resorts or having hacienda or rancho in those areas are not Aitas. Those are non-IP people.
Without title?
Without title. So, ang worry namin, baka yung mga Aitas ay mawalan pa ng lupa because of the speculative nature and activities of corrupt individuals. So, kailangang maprotektahan yun because katulad na nangyayari din sa ating mga areas dito sa Manila, yung pinakamalaking problema natin at dapat ito mapag-usapan openly is the operation of the land grabbing syndicate and the professional squatting syndicate. Yung malalaki. Kasi yung mga yan, may lawyer, may abogado, may armed group, pero yan, may connection pa sila sa mga politicians. I think that actually is a challenge in our agrarian reform law, in the implementation of the IPRA law, and in the implementation of the UDHA law. These three laws are very good laws. Unfortunately, the corruption in the implementation also results in the further exploitation of the urban poor, the indigenous community, and even our farmers in the agrarian community. Dapat yun na nadi-discuss yun ng mga hayagan.